War may be fought with weapons, but peace, it seems, at least in this case, is being negotiated with minerals. At face value, many say it looks like a win-win deal. That's what it's being framed as well by both officials on the US side and Ukraine's side. But the bigger question here, is it really a peace dividend or the start of a new geopolitical scramble for resources? That remains the big question. In fact, both the US and Ukraine have signed this agreement to share profits and royalties from the future sale of Ukrainian minerals and rare earths, sealing a deal that Donald Trump has said will provide an economic incentive for the US to continue to invest in Ukraine's defense and also its reconstruction after he brokers a peace deal with Russia. For further clarity, we have with us Richard Painter, law professor at the University of Minnesota Law School. As always, thank you so much for making time for us, Mr. Painter. Let's start with the heart of the matter. Is this minerals deal a peace-building strategy or a profit-sharing pretext? Many are questioning who stands to gain more here, whether it's Ukraine or whether it's America.
Well, we'll find out how this pans out, but nobody is going to gain at all here unless we can reach a peaceful resolution of the war between Russia and Ukraine, not just a temporary ceasefire, but permanent peace. There's no point having a mineral extraction deal in a war zone. So hopefully there's going to be a peace settlement, and we don't see that so far. That Vladimir Putin is willing to compromise much at all. He invaded Ukraine, has taken over quite a lot of territory, and I don't know whether he's willing to give it back. And if he's not, I think it's going to be awfully difficult to reach a peaceful resolution of the war. And I don't see how we could be focusing on mineral extraction or any value of mineral extraction in the middle of a war zone. So that's my concern about what's going on there.
We often hear about aid with strings attached. Would you argue this is the textbook definition? And if so, is Ukraine now paying for its freedom in minerals?
Well, I don't know that the mineral deal, the idea apparently now is going forward that there would be some sharing of the wealth from the minerals and exporting the minerals to the United States, and we'd pay for them, and then the money be used to rebuild Ukraine. I don't see the United States being willing to get involved itself militarily in defending Ukraine with our troops on the ground vis-a-vis Russia. So once again, my concern about this entire situation is that I don't see that there's a peace agreement or the prospect of a peace agreement, and I don't know why the United States government is focusing on the mineral extraction and without dealing with the peace issues first and negotiating with Vladimir Putin and getting Putin to understand that he needs to pull back and cooperate with other countries economically rather than flex military muscle in this way. So I do not see where this is going and how any progress at all has been made simply because there's a minerals deal.
Well, many argue that the peace deal is not yet formally on the radar. In fact, this fund split is 50-50 as far as face value is concerned, with equal voting rights. But many are questioning whether that really means equal power, or is it just diplomatic sugarcoating? But thank you so much, sir, for joining us on NDTV, and we really appreciate your time.